Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich here with your outlook for March 29th, 2016. And for your Tuesday, we're going to have mostly sunny conditions, bright sunshine today, clear skies tonight, but we will be dealing with a wind once again as we have a departing area low pressure that was affecting us yesterday morning. But this is now slowly moving away from the region, and I'll put a little L up here. It's actually a little bit further northeast than this. It comes off the map, but the high pressure moving in behind it is pretty strong. This is going to give us a nice day here both today and also on Wednesday, and the pressure gradient created between these two, you see these tight isobars here, are going to create the windy conditions. They are not as tight as yesterday, so we're not looking at winds like we had yesterday afternoon. Here's a look at what we were looking at yesterday afternoon with those wind gusts over 40 miles per hour, some cases 50, and it was over a very widespread area. So these greens here represent wind speeds in the 40s, even some isolated 50 mile per hour gusts out here in central PA. This is what we're looking at today. These numbers represent wind gusts up to 35 miles per hour here in the lighter shades of blue. This here in the green here would be a little bit over 40 here. So up in far northeastern PA, northern New Jersey, we could still get gusts to 40, maybe a little bit above 40, especially, well, pretty much any time today. It should diminish overnight as we go to the next couple frames here. Here's a look at the overnight hours then as it starts to shift away. So say up to about midnight, we start getting winds shifting, dying down a little bit. So breezy today, not quite as windy as yesterday, but still windy nonetheless. So we go back to the maps here. We're going to get into what to expect for the upcoming week. Again, high pressure is going to settle right over top of the area both today and tomorrow. That's eventually going to shift off to the east here by the time we get to Wednesday night. So by getting out in this position here in the Atlantic, we are going to start getting a return flow from the southwest. That's going to do a couple things. It's going to increase temperatures. It's also going to increase moisture transport. So we're going to have the amount of moisture available ahead of our next system is going to be increased, and we have temperatures rise a little bit. We're going to be chilly again today. Tomorrow we rise close to 60 degrees in many locations, still stuck in the 50s across northeastern PA, parts of northern New Jersey, but elsewhere we're getting to 60 or above on Wednesday, and then we're going to get even warmer on Thursday, and that's because this area high pressure is going to become established here in the Atlantic. Again, that return flow is going to allow for the warmer temperatures to come in ahead of our cold front. In addition, you have southerly winds out ahead of a cold front approaching. This is the area low pressure that's responsible for it, and the low pressure has a cold front attached to it with this rain moving ahead of it. That's going to move through later at Thursday afternoon and night. May now linger into Friday morning. Originally, there was a question of whether or not the front would get hung up. It now looks like that is a distinct possibility to have some showers hanging in here into Friday morning. Here's a look at Thursday afternoon. Get those showers moving in again. This is not going to be as intense as it was out here in the Ohio Valley. As it moves eastward, we'll have some rain move through with a cold front. And then here's the cold front early Friday morning, just getting to our eastern section. So we might have becoming partly cloudy for clouds giving way to sun for our central locations and parts of northeastern PA. Still have some morning showers up to about mid to late morning for areas further east and southeast. So we're going to have to watch this front here because it's a possibility it could get hung up a little bit and give some showers even into the afternoon areas for areas across New Jersey and Delaware. But it does push off to the east, and then we will be drying out over the weekend. Saturday looks like a partly cloudy day, just a slight risk for a shower. Will be cooler Saturday, but not very cold. And then we are going to get cold here after this little piece of energy rotates through to our north across New York State. That's because next week we're going to have the polar vortex become established once again. Now, if we were talking about January here, it would be a very, very cold time at it here, but we're talking about at this point, we're talking about the beginning of April. So the polar vortex, by becoming established over James Bay, that's this area right here. This is your polar vortex right here. It's going to be established right over James Bay, which is the southern periphery of the Hudson Bay. And once that becomes established, all this here on the, you kind of can do a little bowl here. This is all below normal temperatures coming in for early next week. So we're talking about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe go a little bit longer than that, but after that, we think it starts to lift out. This does not have staying power, so there's not going to be a prolonged thing where it stays well below normal for a very long time. We're talking about maybe 3-4 days, and then that lifts out of here. And also, temperatures will be struggling to get to 40 degrees, it looks like, at portions of next week. Then we're going to have these pieces of energy. That's the wind map. Pieces of energy they're going to be rotating through. It looks like the first one goes to the north. We'll have to keep an eye on another piece of energy that's going to be trailing behind it. That some models are trying to indicate will come a little bit further south. If we have enough cold air in here, and the timing of this looks like it could be early enough, Sunday night, maybe Monday, depending on when this comes in. You could be dealing with some snow, some late season snowfall. A little bit too early to be talking about that yet. There's a lot of uncertainty where this piece of energy trails and tracks here. Again, time of day is going to be very important, and also, exactly where the track is going to be critical. If it ends up further to the north, you're just talking about rain at this point. So we'll have to wait and see how this evolves. Again, not much to talk about here. Once the front goes by, just going to be getting cold next week. And there is an outside possibility, probably a 1 in 20 chance, that you do see snow, but it's not impossible. And that would be, of course, in the lighter amounts if that did occur. Just a piece of energy rotating around the southern periphery of this polar vortex, depending on where that sets up. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich, and that is your outlook for March 29th, 2016. Have a great Tuesday.